standards we're trying to set, and they've done a magnificent job being leaders and leading those younger guys, the freshmen, the sophomores, the other juniors. I mean, we're seeing it pay off. I mean, our offseason numbers were great. They worked extremely hard. They got stronger, faster, and more importantly, again, they came together as a group of guys. So they've been as close of a team as I've seen in any playing or coaching experience so far.
4-2 in this league. You get your rival twice today. A tough loss yesterday, a tight one. What do you make of this rivalry and the matchup here today in the doubleheader?
Yeah, it's a beautiful rivalry. I mean, every sport. I mean, it's fun playing against your boys that you play in summer ball, and you go to school with, and you see them, you hang out with them. So yeah, this rivalry means everything. It's high emotion, it's high octane, and we saw a great game yesterday. Unfortunately, we're on the opposite side of it, but I mean, just to the neutral viewer, it was a great game, and I expect nothing less out of the two games today.
What's the approach you're looking for early with your club in this game? Yesterday you were able to get out to a 1-0 start. I'd imagine that's a part of the game plan today too.
Yeah, it's not taking our foot off the gas. So we got to do our jobs. We got to be smart, throw strikes, have good approach at the plate, battle. I thought we did a pretty good job battling yesterday. We just got to scrape more runs across the board. You're not going to win many games scoring one run, and they know that, so they took it hard. But the thing we've been saying all year is short-term memory. We learned from yesterday, and we're ready to go today, and hopefully we can take the extra 90 feet, get some more runs on the board, and give our pitchers some run support.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you having us out.
Thank you guys for being here.
You bet. That's Tyler Troyer getting his club ready. Walled Lake Central, Walled Lake Western. More to come right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Doubleheader on tap between these two rivals, Walled Lake Central, Walled Lake Western. We're joined by the head coach, Scott Peterson. Coach, you got one yesterday, late inning, walk-off variety. Talk about the win in game one.
Just a huge win for us. Pitching was great on both sides. It was a struggle right from the beginning. I expect nothing less. It's a very well-coached team. They play hard. They're very disciplined. And our guys just hung in there. Vinny Roach really performed well for us on the mound. Went the distance, gave up only one earned run. It was just absolutely fantastic and a huge win to start this series.
7-1 now in the year and a fast start, 5-1 in the LVC. What's it mean to be in battle with your team this year? How have these guys come around and supporting each other?
It's been really tough. We've lost two of our captains to injury for the season, and that's created a vacuum, but our guys have really stepped in and plugged those holes, and the team is really kind of galvanized around the injuries and trying to perform and trying to pick one another up. So it's really helped us along, and it's helped us stay focused, and it's created some wins for us for sure.
The guy that gets the ball for you today in game one is Mr. Emmer. You excited about him getting the ball, your senior?
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic. He's committed to Kalamazoo College. He's just an outstanding pitcher. He's got a sub-1 ERA right now. He's a very cerebral pitcher. He really strategizes with every batter and every pitch, and you're going to see that today. And I think he's going to keep us in the game and give us an opportunity to win for sure.
This is an intense rivalry. You mentioned the respect you have for Walled Lake Central, but this is a different level. How do you keep your kids in check emotionally today?
Well, this series is really the most difficult for us when it comes to our emotions, because we're so close, and a lot of these guys see each other all the time, right? And the fans are all neighbors, and it becomes really intense. I think the thing we have to focus on is going one pitch at a time, one situation at a time, and just trying to execute what you have to execute in order to win that pitch. So that's kind of our focus with our guys.
All the best today and the rest of the year. Thanks for having us out, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet. There he is, Scott Peterson, getting his club ready to take on Walled Lake Western. 2 games of a doubleheader we'll have here on the Prep. We're back with more right after this. And welcome back to Walled Lake Central High School. We are set for the first pitch as Walled Lake Central has taken the field. Let's look at the defensive lineup for the Walled Lake Central Vikings. It'll look like this. Campbell at third base, Malcheski at short, Juan at second, Shaw at first. It's Buckley in left, Nelson in center, and Detta in right field. And it's the right-handers, Dylan Chestnut at 6'8", 210 on the mound for Walled Lake Central. And he'll be throwing to Parker Stazak behind home plate. And we are set for the first pitch. And stepping in is Logan Sachs, the right-handed hitter for Wall Lake Western. 7-1 on the year, 5-1 in the LVC. Righty against righty. Game number 2 of this 3-game set. And Chestnut's pitch is down low. So, a battle yesterday in a game at which Wall Lake Central scratched the surface first. They put together a nice run in the first, and that would carry on till Western would tie it later in the game. Logan Sachs, the batter, against Dylan Chestnut, and it's foul tipped into the glove of Stazak. And that'll move the count to 1-1. Both these longtime rivals expect another tight one today. Big Chestnut gets the sign from Stazak in the 1-1, and it's taken low. 8 innings tossed on the year for Chestnut. This is his 3rd start, and he's had a great start to the season. He doubles as a hockey player. Imagine a 6'8" on skates. The pitch is inside and low, and Logan Sachs is working the count. Senior captain, been a steady performer, batting .474 to lead the way. He can run a little bit too. Not a guy you want to put on base. He's ahead 3-1 here, and he fouls it straight back. And that's onto the JV field, I believe. So everybody's okay. Full count. What a way to open this thing up on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon turned evening. Chestnut to the set. And it's looped to center. That's a base hit. Malcheski couldn't get to it. And that one drops in front of Nelson for a base hit. So how about the at-bat for Logan Sachs, the leadoff man. And a good piece of hitting here just to go with it, right up the gut. And a good 6-pitch battle for the Western Warriors. So that'll bring up Mickey Gross, the 5'7" fire plug, and the number 2 hitter for Scott Peterson. Good size lead at first for Sachs, not running. It's a get-me-over fastball for a strike from Dylan. Chestnut, well, he offers a few different pitches, and it's not the fastball that's going to beat you. It's his other pitches. It's the cutter, it's the slider. Throw back to first, and they got him. It's also those fast feet. Out at first is Sachs, picked off by Chestnut, and here's how it went down. We don't expect a 6'8" guy to have fancy feet like this. But this dancing bear got Sachs off edge, and he didn't slide. And in the end, it hurt him. Slide piece over for a strike. They call that the cutter. 0-2 quickly ahead, so this complexity of this inning changes immediately. Gross having a great season. Pulled up last year as a sophomore, now in his junior campaign, and he loops one down the left field line, and this one's going to drop in. Gross will take a wide turn at first and hold. Buckley gets it in quickly. But how about the 2-strike approach by Gross? And to pop that thing into left, here's another look. Went down with a pitch and it dropped right in. And Buckley was playing him properly in left near the line. So that'll bring up Hoffmeyer, guy who also is a multi-sport athlete. He plays football. Not a big lead for Gross at first, and that one's fired into the woods in beautiful Commerce, Michigan. Commerce, West Bloomfield, I'm always confused when I'm in these parts. The beautiful lakes region of Oakland County. Walled Lake and Wixom and Commerce all come together. That's a sharp shot up the gap in right center field. Watch out. Hoffmeyer is going to send Gross to third, and now he's going to make the turn. The throw and the turn to the plate cut off. Throw back to second. Hoffmeyer's out, but the damage was done on the arm. Oh, they're going to call him safe. Oh, I apologize. Back safely. But how about the bullet hit to the right center field gap by Hoffmeyer? Fine job by Nelson to cut it off. And the relay was cut off. Gross in to score. So 1-0 Walled Lake Western. They've pieced together 3 hits. And there's a man out, but a man at second in Hoffmeyer, who somehow got back to second safely after Chestnut cut it off. Fired to second, and he evaded that tag nicely. We'll have to see how he did that. So here comes Pasha Goffey, the 6'5", left-handed stick. Goffey is the Game 2 starter, or at least right now that's what he's slotted to do. Good size lead for Hoffmeyer at second. That's the cutter over for a strike. Well placed by Dillon. Pasha Goffey, 6'4", 220, batting .438 on the year. 1 home run, 5 runs driven in. He's got a chance to double the lead here with a base hit. Hoffmeyer runs well. Squares to bunt, puts it down. It's a dandy. In is Campbell, makes the throw to first. He's out. But how about this? It was Walled Lake Central bunting their cleanup batter yesterday, manufacturing a run, which caught the eyebrows raising in the stands. But today, it's the cleanup hitter for the Warriors, Pasha Goffey, laying down a dandy of a bunt. Beautiful, and well played by Campbell to throw to first and get the out with Shaw. Runner advances to third. There's a strike called chest high. This is Dallas Sauvé. Sauvé the batter. Chestnut to the set. Runner at third is Hoffmeyer. And the pitch is down and away. Two outs, runner at third. Key spot for Sauvé. Swing and a miss. He's behind the fastball, out on strikes. Runner stranded at third, but a run scores. 1-0 Walled Lake Western. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
So the Warriors on the board first. They lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom half. Here's the defensive Warriors today. It'll be Sauvé at third, Lazic at short, Blanco at second, Goffey at first, Gross in left, Fetch in center, Hoffmeyer in right, Sachs doing the catching, and Zach Emmer on the mound for Walled Lake Western. And they will face the Walled Lake Central Vikings lineup, batting lineup, as Central comes in 6-5-1 on the year, 4-2 in the LVC. And here's how Walled Lake Central will line them up. It'll be Luke Nelson leading off in center field, followed by Chandler Detta in right. Tyler Malcheski batting third at shortstop. Caden Buckley is the cleanup hitter. And in left field, batting fifth is Nick Campbell, the third baseman who had the nice bunt fielding job. Jack Shaw is batting sixth. He's at first. Dylan Chestnut is going to hit for himself in that 7 spot. Parker Stazak is doing the catching and batting eighth. And Jacob Wan is batting ninth at second base. So this is the leadoff man, Luke Nelson. What a year for Luke. He is really having quite the season offensively, batting .440. Lefty on lefty. 2-0. Zach Emmer is the left-handed pitcher. Had 12 Ks in his 5-inning affair against Livonia Stevenson his last time out. It's a two-seamer, a curveball, and a changeup from the lefty committed to Kalamazoo College. We saw him last year on the prep against Plymouth Christian Academy. It's a get-me-over fastball for Zach on the inside corner for strike one. He was also the G of the game in that contest. He'll be going for another hat today. Nelson, the leadoff hitter, and he takes like a good leadoff man does for 2 strikes. Full count. Both leadoff men doing their job, regardless of what happens here. Chopper towards the western dugout. And over to scoop it and throw it back is Vinny Roach. Even with the bag at third is Sauvé. Goffey even at first. That one is lined to left, hit hard and hit it gross, and he makes the catch. The hardest ball to catch is the one hit right at you, and Nelson absolutely whistled one, and Gross tracked it beautifully. 1 out. Great 2-strike approach. Gross. Bam. Good baseball. Here comes the number 2 hitter for Walled Lake Central, Chandler Detta, the right fielder. Squares to bunt, gets it down, but it's foul and wide of Sauvé at third. Just a sophomore, trying to get that offense rolling, but Tyler Troyer likes this young man. Really likes the team, very coachable. Loves the approach, but this guy's been a utility type guy. A lot of speed, hence the bunt. That's a beautiful bender from Zach, and that one dances over for strike 2. Emmer kind of deceiving with that left-handed fireball slot. Recall last year his hat fell off about 15 times in his few innings pitched. They got him a hat that fits this year. Which I'm sure he wanted that fit. It's not like the team said, here, you got to wear this crappy fitting hat. Kids like it like that. I don't know. Fish likes his hat a little bit tight and likes it to go over his ears. Everybody likes to wear their hat a little different. Nothing wrong with that. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Tony Maffasoli said so. And there are 2 outs on the Emmer backwards K. Inside the corner. Here's Tyler Malcheski, the shortstop. Got some good bloodlines that have come through this school. His father and his brother. He's behind now. 1-1 rather. Big season for Tyler offensively. Looks at another strike. Batting .346 on the year. Good speed, good glove. The leader of this infield. Off-speed pitch, grounded up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Malcheski, no surprise, is the one who breaks the seal today. And it's a 2-out hit for Tyler and keeps things alive for the cleanup man, Buckley. Just right back through the box. And here comes Caden Buckley, the left fielder, lefty on lefty again, and that's a belt-high fastball from Zach Emmer. A two-seamer that he locates so well in full effect already. Ground ball to second, routine play for Blanco. He'll throw to first and the inning's over. Side retired, but a hit, no runs across, Western by 1. Let's go to the second.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
So here comes Walled Lake Western to start things. And it'll be Vinny Roach, Eli Blanco, and Novak Lazic, my bad. 7, 8, 9. Here's the starting 9 for Walled Lake Western and Scott Peterson. Sachs doing the catching, leading off. Gross in left, Hoffmeyer in right, Goffey at first, who you saw, Sauve at third, Roach, Blanco, and the rest of this Warrior group. Winners of 7 of their first 8 games. That's a slider over for a strike. That's pitch 16 for Chestnut. And 12 have been strikes. It's a good ratio. He has given up 3 hits and 1 run in this game. Nibbling on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Vinny Roach, the senior, at 6 foot 180. Batting .545. That's a sizzling stick from the left side against the righty Chestnut, and that just misses inside. Walled Lake Central knocked off Walled Lake Western last year in the district finals, or in the district, I should say. I believe it was in the finals, but it was in the districts. And the previous year it was Walled Lake Western knocking off Walled Lake Central in the district. So these two teams have eliminated each other the last 2 years. No love loss, but there is respect. Off speed, and it's fouled back off the shoulder of Stazak, the catcher. Chestnut going right at this lineup. Roach, a good contact hitter. They're in a battle here, full count. Outside, he walked him. So the leadoff man is on via the walk. And that'll bring up Eli Blanco, the second baseman. So Roach at first. And we'll see what they decide to do with Blanco in this tightly contested battle. Both coaches saying one thing you can expect is a close, tight game. I know it's cliche, throw out the records, but I mean, these teams consistently play tight, good quality baseball games. We saw it yesterday in a 2-1 Walled Lake Western walk-off win. Double play depth up the middle with Malcheski and Juan. Squares to bunt, gets it down, tough play. Chestnut will throw, and he won't get him. Job done plus. Heck of a bunt by Eli Blanco that not only advances the runner, but gets himself a base hit right in that no man's land. And that's a lot of body to have to wheel around if you're Chestnut at 6'8", 210. But I don't care if it's Carl Lewis sprinting to that ball. I don't think he's getting him. I know, Carl Lewis reference. My crew's looking at me like, who is that? I know, they don't know, huh, man? They don't know about Carl Lewis. We'll talk to him in between doubleheaders. Slide piece over for a strike. That's the cutter. So this is Lazic, Novak Lazic. 6'2" junior with runners on first and second. Will he bunt? 1-1 the count. 9-hitter, trying to get his offense going. Guy that doubles on the football field, plays for head coach Corey Soroch. Cornerback, wide receiver. Does run well. Can he bunt? Can he get a bunt down? If the answer is yes, I think that's your answer. Solid speed with Roach at second and Blanco at first. No bunt. Yes, there is a bunt. Pulls it back. And Chestnut taking his temperature there, threw it a bit tall. There's something smoking behind us, and it smells good. Don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out. Some good whiffs out here in the WB. First and second edging off. Nobody out. Gets it down. Lazic has no play. Throwback to third, nobody home. And it was Shaw crashing and no coverage from Juan, the second baseman. Confusion on the infield. Everybody's safe. And it's another bunt base hit. Back-to-back, and the bases are juiced for the top of the order. Here's another look. Great job by Lazic just to get me over bunt. And Chestnut says, whoa, where's he at? And so Warriors trying to add to the 1-0 lead. Here's Sachs. Swing and a miss. Excuse me, this is Fetch, the 9-hitter. My bad, Jackson Fetch. The center fielder. The junior batting 167 in a great spot here. Cutter over for a strike. Well placed by Chestnut. A guy that throws strikes. You gotta love that about him. It's part of the battle, but the defense has let him down a bit in this inning. Fetch checks it high, 1-2. Bases loaded. Roach at third, Blanco at second, Lazic at first. Nobody out. Can Chestnut get one big out here? Fetch awaits. In the dirt, good stab by Stazak. You recall yesterday it was a pass ball that won the game for Western. 2-2 the count. Tony Mafasoli, your home plate umpire. Dave Recknagel, your field umpire. Got him on strikes. Fetches out. Chestnut with his second K of the day. And it comes in a huge spot against the 9-hitter Fetch. That'll flip the lineup to the top, and here comes Logan Sachs. And with that smoke flying, that pitch was smokeless. It was about the dip and the dunk of that pitch. But traffic still on the base paths as this wind is picked up. Sachs will call time. Strike called. Sachs had a base hit back in the first to lead things off. Runners packed with bases. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Chestnut coming right back and battling Logan Sachs. This is a guy that lives for these moments. Moments like this, never too big for him, but he's in an 0-2 hole now. Pop up, first base side, giving chase is Shaw. Will he have room near the fence? No. Dropped the ball, ran into the fence, and is he okay? Oh, man. Shaw towards the fence, and he is down. We'll try to get another look at what happened, and you hope he's okay. Here's another look. Gets over, got to find that fence, and he found it, but with the right wrist first. And yeah, the hand and the right wrist is the concern. And boy, Jack Shaw, the first baseman, down in pain. And while he gets attended to, we'll step aside. We're coming back to Walled Lake Central in a moment. We'll pause for an injury timeout. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. So the good news is that Shaw is up, and he's playing catch. And tough young man's going to stay in this game, but the concern was the glove side. You really want to get over there and touch that fence. It's easier said than done, but you want to get over, find that fence first, and then work backwards. And you don't always have the luxury of time to do it. But Shaw found the fence at about the same time the ball found his glove, and would have been a heck of a play. Here we go. New life, though, for the batter, Sachs. And 1-2 now. Double play depth up the middle with Malcheski and Juan. They'll have to be quick to get this guy, who runs well. 1-2. Got him on strikes. How about it? Back-to-back Ks by Chestnut. His third of the game. And out is the #1 hitter, Logan Sachs. Here comes Mickey Gross. And another look here. Yeah. And that is what Chestnut can do. Mickey Gross, who had a base hit his last time up. 429 on the year, 5 runs driven in. He scored the game's only run. He's looking to double that lead here at least. Nowhere to put him. Most improved player on this team, Mickey Gross. Came up last year as a sophomore and just wasn't quite ready at the time. Went back to JV, did his work, and he has come back this summer and this year. Chestnut, a victim of 2 bunt infield singles. That's the cutter, strike called, comes right back against the wall, and Chestnut has shown some resilience. The junior, 6'8", 210, full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Gross lines one to left, that's a base hit. Rochin to score. Blanco right behind him, the throw from Buckley, not in time. It's a 2-out, 2-run single by Mickey Gross, who's had his prints all over this game already. 3-0 Walled Lake Western. Gross went down and just poked it to left field. And with the runners off, with the bases loaded and 2 outs, no chance to get that run from second at home plate. So here comes the guy who drove in the game's first run, Lucas Hoffmeyer, who doubled to right center. All conference in football as a defensive back, fullback, and tight end. And that one's going to get away from Stazak. Down to third goes Lazic. And down to second goes Gross. And that's big. 2 guys now in scoring position. Western trying to put this thing a little bit further along in the margin column. Chestnut. Strike called, outside corner, well placed. Fastball from Dillon. It's the slider, and Hoffmeyer missed it, but enough to tap it back and keep it rolling. 1-2 the count. 2 runs in on the Gross 2-run single on a full count with 2 outs. Chestnut trying to keep it at a 3-0 lead. Walled Lake Central, a youngish team, just 6 seniors on the club. Time is called. Chestnut will throw it anyway. Why not? They tell pitchers to keep that rolling, especially when you got a lot of moving parts. And at 6'8", to halt production at mid-stride, it can work adversely. The 2-2 got him on strikes. Chestnut with his 4th K, but not before Gross does further damage. A 2-run single. It's 3-0 the boys from Beck Road.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
to more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, hit me up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
That's Tyler Troyer, the bench boss in his second year, and started his career at Northville, played at Northville, and was an assistant coach there as well a couple years back. But boy, he's rose through the ranks quickly. Just a young man, 2018 graduate, played at U of M Dearborn, was a walk-on, and look, this guy has a great staff behind him and 9 staff members. Average age is under 23. So he's got some young, energetic coaches, guys and girls. Tony Brubaker Flood on that staff doing a fabulous job. We thank her for her help also getting us all set up properly here. And so, yeah, what a job he's done, Tyler Troyer. In his second year, and when you're in your second year, you're just getting things rolling. But players love playing for him, young, energetic, positive, and he's got something rolling. Emmert back on the hill. This is a tapper from Campbell. He'll have to hurry to get to first, and he got him by a half step. Fine play by the third sacker, Sauve, had to hustle. And they just get Campbell by a whisker. Here's the other look at it. Tough playoff grass throw, had to be a quick exchange. And how about the stretch by Hoffmeyer? You should note that as well. Excuse me, not Hoffmeyer, my bad. That's Goffey at first. So, here is Jack Shaw, who was injured for a moment, but this one's cracked to center, hit deep and over the head of Fetch. He'll round first, he'll head to second. Looking at third, he'll make the turn. Here comes a throw from Lazic, and it's not in time. And it is off the dugout. Throw back to third, and he is safe. But how about it? Jack Shaw says, I'm good. Whacks one to center. Here's another look. I mean, this was blasted. Now, the wind's blowing out, but, hey, look, this was a pop. And it sent Fetch, pardon the pun, fetching for the pill in deep center. And so now a runner at third. The gates open quickly. Almost got tossed at third. Good job by Sauve to come back and by Emmer to back him up. So here comes Chestnut trying to help his cause, as they love to say. So what a way to start the inning. Chestnut solid behind, solid at the bat too, 357. His quantity of at-bats has not been the highest, but the quality has. So tall drink of water at 6'8". Shaw at third. In at first is the first baseman, Goffey. And in at third is Sauve. 1-1 the count. Emmer's going to look at his play pad. You see that? Emmer got the call from the dugout, checked his pad for the play, and now he's ready. I've never seen that in baseball in this era. Safety squeeze is on, and it's going to get past Emmert. That's a base hit. How about the bunt location of Chestnut? Infield hit on a beautiful bunt and in to score from third base. And look at this. Dylan Chestnut helping himself out, getting his teammate in. Yeah, a little energy. Chestnut says, come on, let's go. So Shaw's in to score. Ground ball right side, base hit. The train keeps rolling. That's Parker Stazak, the catcher, headed to third. And standing up is the courtesy runner, Cameron Railing. First and third, tying run now at first. And here comes Walled Lake Central with a couple of haymakers. How about this? Good piece of hitting going the other way. And Scott Peterson wants to have a chat. It's a sub-1 ERA for Emmer coming in. I mean, his numbers are gaudy. And he's been fabulous this year. But Walled Lake Central just going with the pitches. Going with the Emmer two-seamer on the outside corner. Playing small ball. Chestnut laying down a bunt. Well placed, past the left-handed pitcher. He knows that. Tough for a left-handed pitcher to get off the mound and field that. Good coaching, good execution. Now, chicken left on the bone. Walled Lake Central's got runners at the corners. Emmer's got a new thought process, and here comes Jacob Wan. So the number 9 hitter, Jacob Wan, and he gets a bunt down. That will score a run. They'll have to hurry to get Wan, and they got him. Runner advances to second, and Stazak out at first. Run is in. And in to score comes Cameron Reeling. Job well done by Jacob Wan. It's an RBI. And 3-2 now. Here's another look at the Wan bunt. They had to throw it back inside the line, and boom. You don't need to tag them, but you did need to stretch to get the out, and that's going to hit the front pad. That's a hit by pitch. Luke Nelson, the leadoff man, goes down to first. You could hear that plastic pop. And that's a guy, though, in Nelson that you really don't want him to wear that if you're Walled Lake Central. You want that kid to keep swinging. Ground ball to second. That'll end the inning. Grabs it, takes it himself. Side retired. But Walled Lake Central gets a couple back. We got a ball game in Vikingville.
Ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores!
That's Scott Peterson, the bench boss of Walled Lake Western in his 5th year. Was an assistant at South Lyon, and 34 years amongst his coaching. Was a Northville High School grad, and he played ball at Wayne State. And some injuries put him into coaching, and he hasn't looked back since. He was once mistaken for Keith Primo, his buddy, at an autograph signing session. Signed over 100 autographs at a charity softball game, and he said, I just keep going. I told him I was a nobody. Well, he's more than a nobody. Scott Peterson, a good man and a very good coach as well. And his club up 3-2 as we start the third inning. This is Pasha Goffey, the big first baseman, and a guy that we will also see on the mound in game 2. 438 at the dish. Good-sized kid, 6'4", 220. Against Chestnut. Couple of big fellas going at it. Goffey also plays football. And Goffey is a defensive lineman. And he is slated to start game 2 on the mound. That hit him on the toe. And Chestnut, again, allows the leadoff man on. And so Western's going to try to take advantage. 51 pitches now in this game for Dylan Chestnut, the junior right-hander. We saw Chestnut last year against Birmingham Seaholm on the final regular season broadcast of the Prep Baseball 2024. How fitting we open it. Goffey's going to get down to second base with a wild pitch, and so Chestnut's starting to watch the walls come in a bit. And his catcher, Stazak's going to come out and say, come on, chill, bruh. Runner at second is Goffey. Nobody out. 1-0 the count. Good numbers on Chestnut coming in. 8 innings, just a 1.75 ERA. 4 strikeouts in this game. He's been wild to start this third. That one's popped up center field, fairly deep, but routine for Nelson. He'll make the catch. Goffey will tag, but everybody knows that's a bluff. And a fine throw by Nelson as well. That was a seed, by the way. Everybody will take note of that. And another look. Good swing by Sauvé, but Nelson was there. And so there's 1 out. Good battle back by Chestnut. And that'll bring Vinny Roach to the dish. The 6-foot senior who's having a dynamic offensive start. And that one is ripped right off the Viking dugout. That'll keep folks on alert. That Viking dugout. Five runs driven in for Roach. Throw back to second, and that one's into center, and I don't think that was a planned play, but it might be one you want to dial up as a planned play. That was almost well executed. It is very deceiving. But no harm done. Chestnut getting set to throw his 55th pitch of the day. Roach 0 for 1 in this game. Six hits for Western in the contest. 2 from Gross to go with his 2 RBIs. That one's flown to left, and that'll get up near the nice new school at Walled Lake Central. Both Western and Central doing some nice things to their schools. Of course, Wall Lake Northern, the third sibling of these three schools. Just a bit north of here, a little bit west. But Western and Central have been around for a minute now, and these two teams have been respectfully disliking each other for a long time. And a one-run game here. It's fouled back, as you can hear. I want to know what they got smoking back there. I think we need to find out in between games. We did get some delicious pizza from our friends at Jed's, but is it just some dogs? Boy, it looks so much better than that from here. Is it a glizzy? Do you want one, Hunt Man? I heard they got cheese on them. Cheese dogs only. I'm down. Runner edges off his second. Pitches down low. Did it hit him? No, it did not. 2-2 count, runner at second. There's some chatter going on. Oh, yeah. The lefty Roach awaits the righty Chestnut. Inside corner, just missed. Good eye by Roach. Tony Maffasoli had to think about it, but he said, no, no, no. And that starts to happen as the pitcher inaccuracies continue. Breaking ball, fouled at the plate, and this epic battle continues between the number 6 hitter, Vinny Roach, and the game 1 starter, Dylan Chestnut. Ground ball right side. Juan has let it gone through his legs. Goffey rounding third, coming home. He'll score standing up. And it's 4-2 Walled Lake Western, who adds one on via the error. Solid at bat by Roach to battle back, but this is a play that Juan should and could make, and usually does. Runner is out at first. Hidden ball trick, got him. 2 are out. Hidden ball trick, credit Wall Lake Central. Shaw was holding on to this thing. 2 are out. And, I mean, hey, can steal it out that way. Here's another look. Roach hands his gear over. Shaw has it, wipes his sweat, wipes his belly, hiding that ball. And then, see it, bro. How about it? Tip the cap. Now, the officials are going to talk about it. Dave Recknagel's called Tony Maffasoli over. And they are going to confirm it's indeed an out. It was a legal play. Scott Peterson wants an explanation. But the only explanation is that, I mean, hey, credit Tyler Troyer and Wall Lake Central. They dialed one up here. I mean, they stole an out. So credit Wall Lake Central. Bases are clear. Inning not over, though. Blanco the batter. And there's one outside. Blanco had a base hit his last time up. There's the Wall Lake Central bench. There's Tyler Troyer. I mean, look. Tony Brubaker, Flood. It's a good staff. There's 9 of them. Popped up, right side. Shaw has it. And the inning over. But not before Wall Lake Western adds another. 4-2, more to come.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Well, the Farbin Group's a 49-year-old family-owned full-service commercial real estate company headquartered in Farmington Hills, home of Fish. Operating with a Midwest expertise and a global reach, Farbin Group owns and operates over 30 million square feet of commercial real estate across the Midwest, with properties located in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. Farbin services include commercial property management, construction, development, brokerage services, court receivership services, and tenant rep services. They offer a hands-on approach to real estate that offers high transparency, a relationship focus, and 24/7 access, and a strong emphasis on doing what they say they're going to do. From acquisition to deposition and everything in between, we'll do it all for your real estate investment. We thank our friends at the Farbin Group, closing in on 100 years of great history. The line on Zach Emmer, he's given up 4 hits and 1 run. The 1 run was unearned, so 2 runs total, 1 unearned. That's a breaking ball over for a strike. This is Tyler Malcheski, who has one of the hits off of Emmer. He had it with 2 outs in the first, and it was a single up the middle. The number 3 hitter in this lineup for Tyler Troyer, Tyler Malcheski. A guy you will probably see out of the bullpen today for Walled Lake Central. Just a good two-way player. Major step in the offseason, really starting to come into his own. And he's worked the count in his favor here, 3-1. Emmer has thrown 27 pitches and has yet to walk anybody. There's a slow tapper to third. Sauve up with it, has to hurry throw to first, and they got him by a couple steps. It's been a strong third base today out of Dallas Sauve, the real quiet and reserved third sacker. So here comes Caden Buckley, the junior. A lot of underclassmen on this Central Viking team. 1 freshman, 1 sophomore, a lot of juniors, and 6 seniors. Strike called on the outside corner for Emmer. That's a big pitch if they're going to give him that outside corner now. That 2-seamer. He's got that curveball that he places so well. And then he's added that changeup. Headed to Kalamazoo College. The lefty Zach Emmer winds and deals. Hit hard to right on a line, but right at the right fielder Hoffmeyer. And there's 2 outs. Good strike of the baseball. And the haul in by Hoffmeyer. So here comes Nick Campbell. Senior infielder, utility guy, high IQ guy, got some pop in that bat.
One ball, one strike.
Batting .250 on the year. Nobody on, 2 outs. Walled Lake Central trying to even the series. There's a looping liner to center field. That's a base hit. So Campbell keeps this inning alive with a good piece of hitting at the lower tier of the strike zone. Track that off-speed pitch, pellets it to center, fetch up with it cleanly, and so a 2-out single. Here comes Jack Shaw, who had that triple and scored last inning. Back to first safely. And Campbell says, "Can you help a brother out?" He says, he's a lefty. Upstairs with a fastball. Shaw batting .381 and showing no ill effects from running into the fence back in the 2nd inning, which he was down for a few minutes. He's now ahead of the count, 2-0. Emmer deals, it's a breaking ball down and away. Robert Sherby's in the house like a support dog. We love having you here, Sherbs. You will take over the captainship in game 2. Have some pizza. Strike called at the knees, and that'll move the count to 3-1. Runner on first, 2 outs. And the tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. Shaw behind that Emmer fastball. And boy, I tell you, it sneaks up on you. It's a smooth stroke from Emmer. Unassuming. Strike 3 call. Got him on the inside corner. Strikeout. Backwards K, inning over. Runner stranded. We go to the 4th in Walled Lake. Thanks for watching here on The Prep, our opening day of spring coverage.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Want to thank our friends at Jets Pizza. Oh, it's delicious. and give them a call. They have supported us since we've been on Walled Lake every time, and we appreciate it. 248-926-2111 on North Pontiac Trail, Walled Lake, in the heart of Walled Lake. And they're open right now. Give them a call. We've got we got pepperoni and cheese, and the Huntman and Pat are fighting over a salad that we got, some cheese bread, cheese pizza. We got all the goods. We thank our friends at Walled Lake Jets Pizza. 248-926-2111. We are the prep coverage of this doubleheader between these LVC rivals. The Lakes Valley Conference, which will look a little bit different next year. Waterford Mott and Kettering move out. Livonia Stevenson, Livonia Franklin, Livonia Churchill move in. That's right, Fish. There's a bunt. Dillon up with it. Throw back to first, and they got him. What a fabulous play by Chestnut, and the stretch by Shaw as well is noted. Good bunt. Chestnut stabbed it, came back, and again, it's not easy to get your body moving in a 180 direction quickly like that, but that speaks to the athleticism of Dillon Chestnut. Plays hockey as well. You imagine this guy flying up on you on the right wing? Man. Breaking ball popped up and headed back for that smokestack, and that'll hit the bench behind us. Here's Fetch. Jackson Fetch, the batter. Chestnut trying to avoid letting that leadoff man on. And he did it in this inning. He's trying to get back-to-back, get his first clean scoreless inning. Neither pitcher has had that. Inside, just misses. The line on Chestnut, it's 4 runs on 6 hits. 3 of them are earned. He's thrown 41 strikes, and he's thrown 26 balls. 4 strikeouts and just 1 walk. He has hit a batter or 2. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. That was the slide piece. And Fetch is out, so back-to-back to start the inning for Chestnut. And this is the kind of quick fourth that he was looking for, and the Vikings were too. Beautiful pitch. So to the top of the lineup we go. Here's Logan Sachs, the leadoff man. Pitch number 68 is a fastball at the letters, strike 1. Wind is blowing out a bit. That one just misses. We saw it on the Shaw bullet to center that got over the head of Fetch. Strike called. Logan Sachs, a guy who had a bicep injury last year, which slowed him down a bit, but he's been off and running this year. A Western team that's without 2 of their best players that started the year. Ground ball up the middle. Malcheski scoops it, throws to first smoothly, and the side retired. So, a 1-2-3 inning for Chestnut, just what the doctor ordered. For the Vikings, we go to the top.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are. what you do and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Ah, yes, the Vikings of Wall Lake Central. 6-5-1, 4-2 in league play out of the Lakes Valley Conference. And there you see Dak Shepard. Yep, he's a Viking, a proud one, class of 1993. And boy, what a career he's moved on to. Married well as well. Kristen Bell out of Royal Oak Shrine in Huntington Woods. And what a great career he's made for himself. Good guy, humble guy. And he's a proud Wall Lake Central Viking. What's your favorite Dak Shepard movie, episode, show? We're taking your calls at 1-800. No, I'm kidding. But we are on the YouTube line. We have comments flowing. What's yours? Without a Paddle, Austin Sonnenberg says. That's fair. That's very fair. I like chips. That was my favorite. Dylan Chestnut likes quick innings. He had one last inning, the top of the fourth. He'll lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. Dylan's father graduated with Dak Shepard from Wall Lake Central in 1993. His name is Josh. There's a off-speed pitch, just misses on the inside corner. Zach Emmer back out there for his fourth inning of duty. That one is sharply lined foul. Chestnut had a base hit his last time up. It was a beauty, it was a bunt, and it was just past the pitcher, Emmer. It was an RBI, and it scored the game's second run. There's a breaking ball to short. Having to hurry. Lazic throw, and he will not get him. Tough play for Lazic, who was cheating up the middle, had to go to his right. And Chestnut runs well, especially for a big fella, and he legs out this infield single. Yeah, Lazic had to wind up, and by the time that happened, Chestnut and Emmer exchanging some pleasantries. Cameron railing on to run, and he's got a big lead. Here's Parker Stazak, the catcher. Squaring to bunt. In from third is Sauvé, and he pulls back for ball one. Stazak, 5'9", 175, a senior. Back to first is railing safely. Stazak had a base hit, and he has one of the 6 hits today for Wall Lake Central. Chestnut with 2 of the hits. And they're keeping a close eye over there on Mr. Railing. We did see a pickoff today. It was from Chestnut. There's a tapper off the toe of Stazak, and that doesn't tickle. It hurts a lot worse last week when it was hovering around 40, I promise. Railing will trot back to first. Juan in the on-deck circle. Nobody out. Start of the bottom of the fourth. Strike called. Game 1 of 2 games that will be played today, both on the prep. Strike 3 called, throw down to first, and Railing is safe. On a tight play, Goffey slapped the tag down. So Stazak is out, and here comes the 9-hitter Jacob Wan. Here's another look at the throwback. And a crafty slide by Railing. Got him back safely. Here's Wan, the second baseman. This was a 1-0 Walled Lake Central lead late in the game yesterday. And a 1-1 game in the 7th when Western would win. Wan throws it down, but it ends up being more of a defensive bunt because of that Emmer fastball that rode in on the hands. Wan batting .269. Playing second sack for Tyler Troyer. Railing with a good-sized lead, but back safely again. Getting that uni all dirty. Wan with a bluff bunt. 1 out, 1-1 count. Western by 2. The Warriors started their year off with a tough loss. 17-2 to Lakeland. But they have not lost since. It's been a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in a row.
Last baseball, last baseball.
7 wins in a row, my bad. One of those games is tied in the 5th and suspended. That was game 2 against Lakeland. A game that Fish did on his own. He went up to Lakeland and did a full broadcast. And that one is tied in the 5th, 2-2. And it was suspended due to darkness. They'll play that again. But Emmer was really good in that start. And Lakeland, right now, the leader in the LVC. And the preseason selection to win it. But Western's going to have something to say about it. And Central's not done saying something about it either. Pop up, second base, Eli Blanco has it. There's 2 outs, and that'll flip the lineup to the top, and here comes Luke Nelson, the center fielder. Big out by Emmert and the Warriors. There you see Tony Mafasoli doing some house cleaning. Natural surface. Kind of refreshing to see a natural surface, isn't it? So much artificial, and I get the artificial movement. I'm not against it, but it's just different. It's artificial. There's a delayed steal by Railing, throw down to second, and that is under the glove of the second baseman, Blanco. Delayed steal by Railing, and it works. Throw down to second and just unable to get a good throw off due to the surprise element. Logan Sachs, the catcher, had to rush it. So a runner in scoring position with Nelson, the leadoff man, up. All LVC honorable mention last year. Guy that if he gets on at first, just put him on second. because he's going to steal it some way. Captain, 6 extra base hits to lead this team. He's behind now, 1-2. And, you know, could even question, is Emmert going to go after him wholeheartedly? And he has. Throw back to second and railing back head first. He's got his sliding practice in today. Man, has he been on his toes. It's a big run out at second base. Nelson batting .440, trying to drive him home, and he drives it to left. This one is deep. Gross going back to the track, and that ball is gone. Luke Nelson goes oppo, and he's tied this game at 4 with a 2-run shot here in the 4th. How about the approach? Nelson saying, I'll go the other way, and Mickey Gross just ran out of real estate. Look at this thing. Kept going, and bam. Splash City, 2-run shot. We're tied at 4 in the 4th. What a clutch hit by a guy who's just been tearing up pitching. Lefty on lefty battle, didn't matter. Luke Nelson to tie it. The captain, the vocal leader, and he does it with his bat. The 4s are wild in Walled Lake. That'll bring up Chandler Detta. D-E-D-D-E-H, Chandler Detta, the right fielder. Bases clear, a 2-out, 2-strike home run by Luke Nelson. And it's got this game level at 4 once again. Squares to bunt, and that one's popped up. Watch out. And with that ball, get folks excited, won't it? Chandler, the sophomore, trying to start something. Yes, he did. Strike 3, inning over, but not before the Vikings tie it with a 2-run smash. Oppo off the bat of Luke Nelson. Let's go to the 5th.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Walled Lake Western, 7-1 on the year. They were number 1 in 1984. Dan Gabriel was the star that year, and the former draft pick of the Boston Red Sox. And that 84 team, state champs. Cam View pitched at Michigan State. Boy, he was a stud lefty for the Spartans, and he's gone on to some solid big league ball play for the Pirates. But this is a good baseball program in Walled Lake Western. They've done it for a long time, all the way back to Chuck Apap. And the bench boss, Scott Peterson, now. For Coach Connors. Long list. And they're in a battle. This guy has been up for the challenge today for the Warriors, Mickey Gross. 2 for 2. Chestnut ready to deal. And that one's driven deep to center. Way back, Nelson going to the track, and he caught it. Gross has just been belting balls all over the place. Somehow this one stayed in the yard. And there's one out. Another look here. Well tracked. Here comes Hoffmeyer, the right fielder. Guy that's playing in the outfield, but really has had limited time there. But he's the kind of athlete that has been able to move around a bit because of the need. Western lost 2 of their 3 starting outfielders this year. Outfield was expected to be a position of strength, but 2 of their outfield captains are out, and most likely for the year. Lucas Price, the Yale commit, is one of them. He's a Yale football commit, but a big part of what they've done in baseball as well. And Bernie Amador, a guy who we saw last year, who injured his foot against Plymouth back on the 12th of April, and his outlook not looking great to come back. So, I mean, that's 2/3 of your outfield. This guy Hoffmeyer has really stepped in. And so, well, he's pitched a lot for us, but hasn't really played a lot of outfield. And they moved him to left field, and he's been fabulous. They got him in right today, but you get the point. I mean, this is not what he was groomed to do, but he's taken over and done a great job. Chestnut has now thrown 77 pitches on this beautiful Lakes area Tuesday night in early spring. Ground ball to second. Routine play for Juan. Booted it, stayed with it, threw to first. Not in time. So, second error for Jacob. And that gives the Warriors some new life. A 1-out error, and so Hoffmeyer's on. Runs well, and that'll bring up the big bopper in Pasha Goffey. 1 home run on the year, 5 runs driven in, batting .438. And he looks at a outside changeup for a strike. Goffey, a D lineman on the football field, and he's got one of the quickest first steps as a D lineman that you'll see. That's why he's a prospect. There's a shot down the right field line. That's a base hit. It's past the diving first baseman Shaw. Around second, headed to third is Hoffmeyer. The throw, not in time. Goffey will take second, and the Warriors are clicking up their heels here in the 5th. Just a bullet that Shaw couldn't do anything with. And then Detta's throw was a good one, but Hoffmeyer was on it. So second and third now with 1 out. And Wall Lake Central, I believe, wanted to appeal. And Campbell came in, and Mafasoli says, I think we're good. I think those dogs are getting hungry. Somebody better feed them. So Tyler Troyer has made his way out to the mound. A change is coming. And so Chestnut's day is over. We'll take a break. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher for the Vikings right after this. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
The new pitcher on in relief is number 4, Braden Seaver. 6 foot 165 left-hander. And he takes over for Chestnut, whose line is not complete yet. He's responsible for the runner at second and at third. But so far, Chestnut's day resulted in 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He struck out 5 and walked 1. He hit 1. But his fate still to be determined because there's a lot of responsibility now for Seaver in this tie game, who comes on with runners at second and third. It's Goffey at second. It's Hoffmeyer at third with 1 out. And again, on in relief is Braden Seaver, the left-handed senior reliever. He is a captain. He offers a fastball, a slider, and a curve. And he was pretty strong against Matawan on the mound earlier this year. So it'll be Seaver the lefty against the left-handed hitting Vinny Roach. Long dramatic pause. So Roach, the hitter, lefty on lefty, looks at ball 1.
You put the pepperonis back on there? Hey, stay on that video, you baby. You can eat pepperonis, right?
2-0. Bases are loaded, by the way. Not runners at second and third. Bases are loaded. Sauvé on at first. Goffey at second and Hoffmeyer at first. So tough spot for Seaver. 3-1, nowhere to put him in this tie game in the 5th at 4 side. Outside corner strike called. Now it's 3-1. Strike called. Run it full. Full count, 1 out pitch. Strike 3 called. After 3 straight balls coming in to this game cold, Seaver punches 3 straight strikes and punches out. the second out of the inning. Here's another look. This is the breaking ball. Boom. Man. Real nice pitch. That's the slider. So that'll leave things up to Eli Blanco, and that gets away from the catcher into score. Comes Hoffmeyer. Right behind him comes Goffey, and he's going to know. That hit him. So hit by pitch. A run does score. And Goffey will go back to third. It's 5-4 Walled Lake Western on the wild pitch and or pass ball. Another look, yep. It hit him, and the ball is dead at that point. So here comes Novak Lazic. And Lazic fouls it back. The number 8 hitter, Lazic, with a chance to open this up. Maybe the best athlete on this team, Novak. That one stays in front of Stazak. Fine job of saving a run there. Lazic, a 3-sport athlete. Football, basketball, baseball. Known to have a cool head under pressure. And this is a pressure situation. 1-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Inside corner, well placed by Seaver. Goffey at third, Hoffmeyer at second, Blanco at first. Warriors with a run in to break this 4-4 tie. That's the curveball that's fouled off to stay alive. On this beautiful Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday here in Walled Lake. Deuces are wild. The 8 hitter, Novak Lazic, against Seaver, who's come on in relief. Full count, bases loaded coming. Hoffmeyer and Blanco will be off and running with a pitch. Goffey will be edging from third. Novak Lazic awaits, and Seaver will step off. He walked him, and a run is in. It's now 6-4 Walled Lake Western. Goffey into score. And it's an RBI base on balls to add another run in this inning. So, here's Jackson Fetch, the center fielder. 167 hitter. Good athlete. Guy they had to move to center field to help with the injury to Amador and Price. Known for his defense, but he's in a spot here that he could really help with the offense. Inside, it hit him. bounced up and got him, and the third run of the inning will score on a hit by pitch. And so Seaver, who had started rough, settled in, and now has hit the last two. In to score comes Sauve, 7-4. And another look, and a similar type of hit by pitch. It came after it hit the ground. But it all counts the same, and so now Seaver is going to battle the leadoff man. Things get tougher, and that's belted to left. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder, and a run will score. Blanco in to score. It's now 8-4. And a crooked number in the fifth put up by the Warriors. So an RBI single. And here comes Gross. And Scott Peterson wants to talk to Mickey Gross, who's got to be salivating out there. Already 2 hits today. He's got the bases juiced. Couple RBIs. Had the 2-run base hit back in the second. And a chance to do further damage here. Breaking ball by Seaver. So it's a 5th inning that's really gotten away from Wall Lake Central, who's battled back with a 2-run homer to tie it at 4. An inning to go. That one's driven deep to left, way back down the line, and that ball is off the wall. In to score comes Lazic. Fetch right behind him. It's a 2-run double, his 4th RBI of the day. And Mickey Gross putting on a show today at the Rivals Ball Diamond. Just took it and ripped it. And Gross's 3rd hit, 4th RBI, and Wall Lake Western +6, and a crooked number here in the 5th. And Hoffmeyer looking to add to the tally. Gross at second, Sachs at first. Seaver trying to get out of here. A game to play after this one's done. That's a wild pitch, and another run's going to score. So, 11-4, a 7-run inning, and Seaver has just lost complete control here in this appearance. Coming in relief for Chestnut. Started out promising for him. Came back after throwing 3 straight balls to start the appearance with 3 straight strikes. Here comes another run in. And yeah, Gross will score it. Bases are clear, 12-4. And this game has really flipped here in the 5th. An 8-run 5th inning. And Hoffmeyer will take advantage of Seaver's wildness.
Hey, put one on the outfield grass.
It's another hit by pitch, and that's going to do it. So Tyler Troyer out to make a move. He'll go to Buckley, the left fielder. We'll tell you all about him after this. This is the Preps coverage of Wall Lake Central, Wall Lake Western.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Well, the Farben Group is a 49-year-old family-owned full-service commercial real estate company headquartered in Farmington Hills. Operating with a Midwest expertise and a global reach, Farben Group owns and operates over 30 million square feet of commercial real estate across the Midwest, with properties located in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. Farben services include commercial property management, construction, development, brokerage services, court receivership services, and tenant rep services. And they offer a hands-on approach to real estate that offers high transparency, a relationship focus, 24/7 access, and a strong emphasis on doing what they say they will do. From acquisition to disposition and everything in between, they do it all for your real estate investment. Okay, the new pitcher is not Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza is a sponsor, and we thank them for this. 248-926-2111. Find them down the road at Pontiac Trail, 1126. Oh, it brought back some good memories driving down old Pontiac Trail. And they're open from 11 to 10. They'll be open when this game ends, I think. Thank you for their delicious pizza, salad, and deliciousness. Okay, the batter is Dallas Sauvé, the 6-foot junior. Runners on first and second. Those two runs, if they were to score, could put this into a mercy situation. That's driven to left, and Nelson over to make the catch in the gap for out number 3. So one pitch, one out. Inning over, but not before 8 runs are put up by the Warriors of Wall Lake Western, who have taken a stranglehold on this ballgame.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Zach Emmer taking his warm-up tosses here in the 5th. And he has watched his offense give him 8 runs. And Dylan Chestnut deserved better. He left the ball game and with an out. didn't get picked up, and so here we are. Such is life in baseball. And so, for Walled Lake Central, it'll be the heart of the lineup. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Malcheski, Buckley, and Campbell. Tyler Malcheski in this game with 2 hits. He's been a top performer all year for the Vikings. Batting .346. Couple of extra base hits to his credit. Working against Zach Emmer. Off-speed pitch over for a strike. Tapped behind the plate. 1-2 the count to Tyler Malcheski. Emmer has gone all the way for Walled Lake Western. He's given up 7 hits and 3 runs. All 3 have been earned. He has yet to walk anybody, and he has struck out 4. 3 of 4 have been backwards Ks. He's coming off an outing against Livonia Stevenson, at which he struck out 12 in 5 innings. That one's grounded sharply to second, and Eli Blanco can't find it. So second base has had a little bit of voodoo over it. Somebody check second base. It's an error. Malcheski, though, on for the 3rd time today. Blanco's been really good at second base after he was injured early on. But that opens the door for Walled Lake Central to try to get something rolling here and answer back after they had tied this game in the 4th, trailing 4-2 with a 2-run home run by their leadoff hitter, Luke Nelson. But Western answered with 8 runs in the top half of this inning. 10-run mercy rule. So we're not nearing that at this point. Caden Buckley, the batter, the left fielder. Strike called. Buckley came on and threw 1 pitch in the top of the, in relief, in the top of the inning to get the out. The fly ball to center. Malcheski in scoring position at second. The 1-1 from Emmer, taken just below the knees, says Tony Maffasoli, as the sun has started to set on this cool Tuesday evening in beautiful Walled Lake. Walled Lake, Commerce Township, West Bloomfield, Union Lake, Walled Lake, Wixom, Wolverine Lake, all the communities coming together. 2-2 the count. Emmer on the mound working against Buckley, and that's a buckling breaking ball. Strikeout number 5 for Zach, and this was a dandy of a hammer. Here's another look at it from our center field camera. Yeah, that's tough to hit. 4th K looking. Dialed up by Zach. Here's Nick Campbell, the third baseman. Malcheski in scoring position at second. led off with reach base with an error at second. One's fouled back. There's no more smoke back there. Are they done cooking that food? That's a shame. Just say they got a little bit of smoke rolling. Okay. We got to bring our meat and throw it on there, man. That one's back into the woods.
Last baseball, last baseball.
And they're out of baseballs. If anybody can grab some baseballs, it'd be nice, solid. Or else we'll sit here till probably 10-ish, something like that. That one's in the woods. Nobody's getting that one. Off-speed pitch taken upstairs. Emmer wanted a second chance at that one. Tony Maffasoli said, forget about it. Two-two pitch with one out. Malcheski edging off a second. That one's flown to shallow right field. This is trouble. This is in no man's land, but Eli Blanco comes out of nowhere to snatch it. Oh, and that Bermuda Triangle between first and second and right field, and Blanco had a beat on it. And it's a heck of a play over the shoulder. Malcheski has to hold at second with 2 outs. And so that'll bring up Jack Shaw, who has a triple in this game. He also had a collision with the first base fence, of which he's recovered from nicely. Emmer with a get-me-over breaking ball. Shaw batting .381 on the year. He scored the second run of the game for the Vikings. .80 pitches now for Zach Emmer. About the point that Chestnut exited for the dugout. Upstairs with it. And good time for a chat. You got a runner at second, so you got to talk about the sign. He wants to tell him to be careful as well, this guy. Remember, he tripled against you earlier. Chestnut in the on-deck circle. Ooh, and did that get him on the bat handle? It did. Yeah, and Shaw says, dang it. I think it hit the butt end of the bat. Yep, 2-2. 2 outs. Malcheski edging off a second. And that one is grounded to short. Picked up by Lazic. Throw to first, not in time. Jack Shaw beats it out. And Tyler Malcheski just might have had enough of a distraction on this ball to help get this thing through as a base hit. Nothing illegal about that. That's smart baseball. And actually high IQ baseball to get out of the way, yet distracted enough. And it's good hustle by Shaw to get down the line. So runners at the corners now, and that'll bring up Chestnut. He has a hit in this game, he has an RBI in this game, and he has a solid start in this contest. Pitch better than what his line will suggest. That one's lined to right. That's a base hit. Second hit for Chestnut. Second RBI for Dylan. On his way to third is Shaw. So Malcheski scores to make it 12-5, and Dylan Chestnut having a day for the Vikings. Just a great approach. And as a hockey player, that's just a little wrister. He's a hockey kid. That's like a wrist shot from the slot. Bam! Top shelf cookie jar. So, runners at the corners, and this is what this Central Viking team does. They will fight. They'll compete. They're never out of a game. And Troyer and these 8 other coaches, I mean, they got these boys believing. A lot of chicken left on the bone, though. Outside corner strike called. This is Parker Stazak, who's had a long day behind home plate. He had a long inning before this. He's had a fine day behind home plate. Emmer trying to get out of Dodge. "87 pitches by the senior left-hander that's committed to Kalamazoo, Zach Emmer. Chestnut's going to stay in and run for himself at first. Something he didn't do while he was pitching, understandably so. And a good fight here by Stazak. 250 hitter. Got some extra base hits to his credit, 6 of them. Somebody found this man some baseballs. And Emmert's going to reset. 1-2 count. Shaw at third, Chestnut at first. Fabulous stop by Sachs, who's been equally solid behind home plate today. Wall Lake Western will take on Wall Lake Northern this weekend in a 3-game set. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Emmer gets out of the 5th, but not before Chestnut drives in another.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
So Buckley back out there in the 5th inning, 6th inning rather. He came out and threw 1 pitch in the 5th, got the out, and yeah, that's where we sit. So it will be a Western team that will look to try to keep their bats a-rolling. It was a lot of gimmies, to be fair, last inning, hit by pitches and walks and this and that, but give Wall Lake Western credit. Disciplined at bats, and a tight game that has been a 2-run or 1-run game most of the way is now blown open. But this is a chance for the bullpen to kind of hone it in and keep it where it's at. And you just don't want to see, if you're Wall Lake Central, any more relievers come into this game. Some scores to update you on. West Bloomfield looking to win their 2nd straight against Berkeley. They lead 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Other scores, Stony Creek and Lake Orion going at it, and a 5-1 lead by Stony Creek in this game. Lake Orion, I had a 50-50 chance. What the heck? And what else we got? Renaissance and Cass Tech are tied at 2. Chippewa Valley and Sterling Heights Stevenson in an 8-2 game. Stevenson in the lead there. More scores to come on the Austin Sonneberg scoreboard update. Back to the ball game for now. 6th inning. We are the Prep. Thanks for watching. Game 2 will come up after this, about 20 minutes or so. So still out there is Caden Buckley. And he's gone 2-1 on the leadoff man, Vinny Roach. Three and one. So Roach will draw a leadoff walk. Western's done a good job of getting that leadoff man on all day, somehow, some way, and that'll bring up Eli Blanco. Elisha is his birth-given full name. He appreciates Eli, thank you. 200 average coming in. Buckley deals, and that fastball's cut through for a strike. That one got him. That's the 7th hit by pitch today by Walled Lake Central pitching. And I would say 5 of the 7 have happened on a right-handed hitter on the lower portion of the body. It happens. It's part of the game. Not intentional, I can promise you that. – 17-20 last year was Walled Lake Central. They finished 6th in the LVC, but they did beat Walled Lake Western in the district semifinals, 5-0. They would go on to lose to Lakeland in the district championship, 6-3, but it was a solid ending to a season for Tyler Troyer in his first year, where he's still getting the program guidelines established. Runners edge off of first and second. Blanco at first, Roach at second. That is strike 3 called. And a fine punch out by Caden Buckley, the junior. There's another look at it. Our field umpire, Dave Recknagel, somebody's got to move him over and say, hey, Dave, you're screwing up our money shot, brother. Thank you. He moved. I hope he did not hear me. It's embarrassing. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. Oh, man. You got to have fun, don't you? He listens. We know that. Yeah, another step over. Thank you. No, it's not the umpire's job to get our shot right. That's not it. Square to bunt, pull it back. Jackson Fetch, F-E-C-H, a junior. Runners at first and second. Sun starting to set. It's getting a little cool. The hunt man has thrown on his overcoat. Swing and a miss. Pat the Stat layering up too. Bases full at first and second. Roach edging off a second. Blanco off of first. That's a bunt attempt. It's going to get over the screen, and, oh, Malcheski, well, he stayed with it. That's not an error. That's good hands, Joe. He stayed with it, no error. That's a safe play. Those are the hands I remember. Yes, yes. Good to see him, Mother. Got those good hands from his mom. Runners edge off of first and second. And strike three called. So Buckley with back-to-back baggers. And that's the kind of relief effort Walled Lake Central needs right now. And there it is, clean look. Now, was that on the offering or was that a called strike? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's over with. And there's 2 outs. This is Sachs. Sachs is the catcher. Off the charts IQ, and a guy that's just a coach on the field. 2-0. Sachs 2 for 4 today with an RBI and a run scored. Trying to get on for the 3rd time today. Just missed. So bases are loaded as Sachs takes a walk, and that will bring up the most dangerous man on the field, Mickey Gross. And Gross has been, well, gross, with all due respect. Gross 3 for 5 today with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. This is the G of the game candidate and the leader in the clubhouse right now. Now we got 2 games to go, so all things could happen, but if there were odds on the G of the game right now, this kid would be the leader. Got a chance to really blow it open here. Doubled to left his last time up. Roach at third, Blanco at second, Sachs at first. And the changeup is a beautiful one from Buckley. Caden Buckley started this game as the left fielder, has come out in relief and has pitched great. Trying to get out of this inning clean against the hottest hitter in the room. Got him on strikes. Buckley with a pound of the glove. Gross back to the dugout. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. And Walled Lake, thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
That's the Prep swag. You can get in on that. And we wish you would. 16 different brands, Brian Metallica, G-Brand has hooked us up. And you can wear what we wear. The Hunt Man's wearing some great product today. Look at, he's got his initialize. It's Nike. It's good looking stuff. He's got Hunter on there. Pat the Stat wearing all kinds of good stuff from G-Brand. And the crew's all decked out. And it's thanks to our apparel. You can have it as well. gbrandusa.chipley.com/theprep. Welcome back to the 6th inning. Walled Lake Central. There's a G-Brand sign out there. There we go. Okay, good find. Is that the E-Man out there? That's another good find by the E-Man. So, Walled Lake Central, it'll be Juan to lead things off. And Eli Blanco has come on in relief for Walled Lake Western. No, I apologize. That's Dallas Sauve on in relief for Walled Lake Western. My bad. He had a number change mid-game, which threw me off a bit, but it's all good. The final line on Emmer is a good one. He gave up 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. And he left 5 on base, stranded. So he's in line for the win. But on in relief is Sauve, number 3, Dallas Sauve. And he'll face Jacob Juan, 269 hitter. Pops it up right side. Routine play for Hoffmeyer near the line. Makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down. Quick approach. And a fine play out there in right field. And we got a new right fielder as well, sneaking in there. We do. It's Colin Chesney. Chesney is now in right field, the sophomore. Good-sized kid at 6'2", 175. We'll also see him on the mound. Good hustle here. By the catcher, Sachs. Nelson's had a big day, including that 2-run shot, which tied it at 4 in the 4th. Western would answer, though, with 8 runs in the top of the 5th to blow this thing out. Nelson belts one to left. That's down for another hit. This kid is a hit. Walking hit. So Nelson with another one. 3rd of the day. And this time just going opposite again. His home run was Oppo. Here's Chandler Detta. There goes the runner, Nelson, no chance. As I told you before, if he gets on first, just put him on second. Because this kid can run and knows how to get to second. Dead of the sophomore with a runner in scoring position in Nelson, and that's an off-speed pitch taken for a strike. Dallas Sauve, spelled S-A-U-V-E. Swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove. 2 are out. And that'll leave things up to Tyler Malcheski. Tyler 1 for 5 today. And we've got sticky situation out there. And Nelson getting loose on the base paths. A little pickle. And, you know, just a drop. Something you do out in the backyard. Never played pickle. Fish has played it. Well, not pickleball, just the game pickle within baseball. But pickleball is fun too. That's a whole nother subject. They're both great sports, but the game of pickle within baseball is a fun one too. Have you played pepper? That's okay. We can play in between games. There's a line shot down the left field line, and that is foul. And I mean, Luke Nelson. Yeah, I wouldn't mind another shot of it either, Robert. I mean, that was a bullet. Look at this. Bam. I mean, he had his man down at third, ducking. Nelson. That's the kind of pop Malcheski has. 2-2 count. And he grounds one to third off the leg of Hoffmeyer, and that will be, we'll see how they score it. In to score is another run. And the lead's been officially cut in half at 12-6. And hard hit ball, Hoffmeyer kind of handcuffed, and I don't know. Throw back to first. Official scorer Robert Sherby calls it a hit. Executive producer, official scorer, and Pat the Stat agrees, so that's good. And that's a bunt attempt. Caden Buckley with the bunt attempt. Nice looking shot of that school behind Wall Lake Central. Game 2 coming up after this. Swing and a miss. Sauve with a silky one. Buckley battling with a runner at first and 2 outs. 1-2, and that hit him. So first and second now, and that will bring up Nick Campbell. Campbell 1 for 4 today. So first and second. Vikings trying to get their way back in this thing. Yesterday a 2-1 game in game 1. This one a little bit more of a barn burner. It was an even play game through the first 4. It was 4-4. And then Western with 8 unanswered. Ground ball left side, and Blue needs some more balls. Sauve deals. That one's up and in. 2-2 with 2 outs. Campbell, a 250 hitter, has run this thing full. And that one is off the mark. So bases are now loaded. And that will bring up Shaw, the Madonna commit. And Scott Peterson will come out, and he's not playing around. Walled Lake Central started the year with a 7-5 win over South Lyon East before falling to Novi 12-4, and then they tied Matawan. It's a good program. And then lost a few straight to Milford, 2 to Northville, Tyler Trower's former school, but came back with a couple straight against Mott, sweep over Mott, sweep over Stevenson. Then the tough loss yesterday, 2-1 to Walled Lake Western. They'll play Lakeland in a 3-game set coming up this weekend. So after the conversation between head coach Scott Peterson and Sauve, we're set to go. Shaw has had a fine day. He had tripled to center back in the third and scored a run. Bases are loaded. Malcheski at third, Nelson at second, Campbell at first, and that one's upstairs. 2-1. At the knees, get me over strike, 2-2. Shaw with 9 hits on the year, and that one grounded to second. Eli up with it, flips over to first, inning over. So the bases are left loaded. We go to the final frame called the 7th. Back after these.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
All right, some scores to get you updated on. West Bloomfield, a 4-3 winner over Berkeley. Allen Park is going at it against University Liggett. No score in the bottom of the 8th. Wow, an extra inning affair down there at GP. We'll be down there at some point as well. And some other games going on. Grosse Pointe South. And yeah, Troy and Bloomfield Hills also going on. And Troy with a 5-4 lead in the top of the 7th. That's a good one. Of course, Davy Crockett is competing for Troy. Austin Sonnenberg's favorite, Troy Colt. There's a pop-up to right field. Deda's over, makes the catch. And Hoffmeyer is out number 1.
Pasha, get yours right here, buddy. Pick one out.
Here's Pasha Goffey. Sacred Heart leads the Coleman Comets 7-0 in Mount Pleasant. Mid-third, Pat the Stat with a flex. And Lakeland has knocked off Waterford Kettering 10-3 in some other LVC action. Beale City won 11-1 over Pine River area. Everybody's favorite. And North Farmington with a 6-1 lead over Farmington in the 7th. All right. Buckley, the lefty, deals and Goffey fouls it back.
Got to protect now, 5. Evan, you got to whip that camera when we get to see the car park cam. We got to see it, and then Chad say,
The Game 2 starting pitcher, Pasha Goffey, at the dish. Here in the 7th, with 1 out. Goffey batting .438 on the year. Deceivingly athletic and quick. But that pitch a little quicker that time. Strike 3 called. So 2 outs, and that'll leave things up to Dallas Sauve. Strike called. (12-6). We're in the 7th. We will have another game after this. Game 2 awaits us. That one is driven high, fairly deep, but playable for Nelson in right center. Makes the catch, and the side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. A lot of work for the Vikings to do.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Final call in Walled Lake, the home of the Vikings. And we're glad that you're with us. More fun to be had after this one. Western trying to get to 8-1 on the year. And Walled Lake Central facing a 6-1 record. We've got highlights from the softball game across the way. How about this? This is Prep Plus footage. Out at home. Oh, what a play. And that's from across the way. That's pretty savvy. Who was able to grab that footage? Oh, the E-Man, of course. Attaboy. Yeah, I like that a lot. Extra footage. Can we get some footage of the soccer game going on, too? I mean, we got a tennis match over here. We got some... I mean, let's get going, man. I didn't know you were that good. Here comes Dylan Chestnut. Dylan having a day. Started on the mound. Strong performance. It's a couple of hits, couple RBIs. Got to see his fabulous father, Josh Chestnut, moments ago. Good to see the big fella. Looking good. There's a swing and a drive left center field, and that's playable for Fetch, the center fielder, for out number 1. That'll bring up Parker Stazak. The catcher. Good range out there in center. Breaking ball that misses inside. So Goffey slated to start game 2 for Walled Lake Western. And by the way, that was Walled Lake Western and Walled Lake Central going at it in softball too. Those that didn't pick up on that. Ground ball to short. Scooped up by Lazic. Throw to first, and there's 2 outs. And 1 out away from a Warrior victory.
We got 2.
Jay Fuse has come on to pinch hit, so Fuse now batting for Walled Lake Central for Jacob Wan. Wan has been lifted and Fuse is in. F-U-H-S, Jay Fuse, the junior at 6 foot. Strike called on the outside corner. The Vikings down to their final out. Sauve just pumping in strikes. The junior two-way standout, third base to start this game, pitching to end it, and he's looked crisp. Fuse will foul it off right side. Ace getting out of the way, showing those fast feet. We haven't seen that in a while. Ace is the place. Look at him over there. Just nifty when he needs to be. Yeah, there's Ace. What's up, Dre? Some good moves over there. Steady hand on that right side today. Swinging a foul again. Ace didn't even flinch. That one's out amongst, I don't know what that is these days, but I think it's a junior varsity field perhaps. A lot of balls over there. Fuse giving Sauve a battle. We'll have about a 20-30 minute break, I suppose you could call it, between these games. It'll give intermission. Okay, I thought that was more hockey, but that's fine. You're the stat man. Next offering is low. Intermission's fair. I think you can call it for a doubleheader. That's fine. A pause. I don't know. We're going to need to eat and relax. I know that. Head to the bathroom too. Swing and a miss. Ball game's over. The Warriors win it. They go on an 8-1 run after the fourth, and 2 straight to win the series. But we've got one more coming. We're back in a half hour after this.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!